Shalom, call Allah, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Shem Makadadash. Happy Hanukkah. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom, happy Hanukkah. Salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful, like Tabernacle of David. I'm the brother elder Yahshua. Happy Hanukkah. Salutations. Shalom to you all. I hope I covered everything. Anyway. All right, so I was in the Army in the early 80s. Okay, I was out in the mid 80s. Okay, so anyway, in and out. Anyway, back then, this was called a drive-on rag. I don't know what... And the thing about this thing, right, whatever that was, a muslin cravat bandage compressed 3-pack. In the 80s and the mid 80s, this was called a drive-on rag. All right. Now, there's something very special about a drive-on rag, especially in the mid 80s, because this was coming right out of Vietnam. Anyway, when I was trained, this is what I was trained about a drive-on rag. They only called it that then. They don't call it that no more. I believe because they're hiding something. All right, there's something very special about a drive-on rag, and that's why they stopped calling it that. A drive-on rag has spiritual power in it. All right, and this is what I was taught about a drive-on rag. It doesn't matter if you got your whole leg blown off. You take that thing off your neck, and you tie it right there on your stump, motherfucker, and it's like you got a brand new leg. And you, as you're tying it on there, you think to yourself, drive on. No matter what. Tie that thing on, you pick up your weapon, motherfucker, and you drive fucking on and get up the goddamn battlefield. All right? It's called a drive-on rag. All right? Don't let nobody tell you different, because if they can convince you that it's not a drive-on rag, it loses all its power. All right? Now, why am I saying all this? Because you got to have a spiritual drive-on rag. See, all I can do is teach you about this. You had to have gone through it at that particular portal, right? And whatever energy was coming in the 1980s. Okay, because they had to get away from this truth right here. Drive-on rag will save your entire life. Okay? Understand that. All right? This is what it is. Okay? You'll never hear it called a drive-on. I could scour the internet, and I did, right? You won't get nobody calling it a drive-on rag, except for this little, whatever this is, this little VTX cafe. It took 15 years, lost my dang drive-on rag. See? All right? Drive on. Where's your drive? Where's your drive? All right, in the spirit. All right, now I know I'm talking too much, but let me get through this. All right, because you got to have a spiritual drive-on rag. I have to explain what this is first. All right, for those formerly in the service, especially in line, that was me, and before the mid-late 80s, you know what I'm talking about. When I found this, I'm like, oh, finally. Right, this goes back to 2012. For those formerly in the service, especially in line units and before the mid-late 80s, you know what I'm talking about. I know that's called a drive-on rag. It ain't no fucking cravat. All right? These things save lives. Okay? All right? A large bandana just doesn't make the grade. They're usually have and don't have too many other uses. Most are made in China now, badly sewn, almost see-through, not even 100%. And if they say they are, add to that propensity to bleed colors, what? To bleed colors until all the color are finally washed out or meshed together. Some are as thin as gauze. You may realize they've lost the sense of old time standard. Listen to what this guy is saying. 30-32 or 38-38 bandanas still coming up to the 1960s. Anyway, let me see what I'm talking about. And now jonesing over were the military issue 100% muslin cotton. I don't know what it was about a drive-on rag, but these things saved your whole life, and people knew that. And this is what they taught you, all right? They taught you how to save lives with a drive-on rag, and that it was going to do the job, right? And you knew that it was true. Okay, and it was something about that time. It might have been the MK Ultra of the time. I don't know what it was, but whatever they're describing right here, there's something to that. Whatever muslin cotton is, I need to look into that. All right, because I do know that these things, it wasn't just a bandage or whatever they're trying to call it. Okay, it says. Also called a cravat, not a cravate. What? French, which is a French tie or caveat. What is that? A ascot? All right. That you kept attached to your LBE. Right? That's what they used to call that. But always had around your neck to pull over your face when riding in a convoy or in a chopper, LZ to cut dust, dirt, grime, and possibility of contracting hemorrhagic fever from contaminated mouse crap in the dust along the road. These things saved your life, whatever it was. After a merit of washing, they could become softer than a baby's bottom. Many a soldier Marine was as affectionate toward them. It wasn't about how soft it was. It was its ability to save you. It was what they believed in the drive-on rag. Wasn't called no fucking cravat. It says there are the ultimate in headgear. This is headwear, definitely to keep you cool, shaded, and protect you. You wear them around your neck too. And if you're in a scrape, they were an excellent pressure bandage, sling, head bandage, all of these things, right? All of those things. Let me see. Yep, 2 big pins. Yep. I got a couple. I went back and found some lately. So they're round. They were my all-around do-rag skull cap and sweatband while riding my ex. It says, do any of you old runs still got one or two laying around the house in an old duffel bag footlocker? No, you don't unload them. You hold on to them. So if it brought back any bad memories. No, you got to understand what a drive-on rag is. And you got to know what the name of it is. You're calling it anything other than that, then it is not doing what those did. See? No, I checked and checked them in all 3 towns. Surprisingly, they didn't even know what I was talking about. You understand? That's what I found. Really weird. Anyway, this is a drive-on rag. Okay? This is what they're talking about. It just looks like just a, shoot, I got one right here. And sometimes it's on my head when I'm out doing the work. It looks exactly like that right there. All right. So anyway, this is an exhortation. All right. You got to have a spiritual drive on rag. You got to know that if you go down, what do? You get that drive on rag from around your neck. You understand? And what do you do with it? You immediately where is it around there? Look at the grunts. Look around their neck. Oh shit, I don't know where this is going. Let's see. Where'd those grunts go? What the fuck? Anyway, around their neck, if they would show it, is this thing. It's called a drive-on rag. Look around. Let me see. Hey, that's Tropic Lightning. Let me see. He ain't got one. He ain't got. It's on his head. That's a drive-on rag. Let's see. Anyway, the point is, and I'm gonna tell you who taught me. Look at these guys. See that? That looks like a shirt. It's a cravat. And let me tell you, Jake was on the damn front line too. See this? That's the drive-on rag. See? If you ain't got it on your head, it's around your neck. Ready. Why? Because you pull that motherfucker right off your neck and you tie it on, and it's going to save somebody's life. All right? And that existed back then. I don't know what the hell is going on nowadays. A whole different kind of, there's a towel. There's a drive-on rag around his neck. Anyway, okay, so point being made. This thing saves your life. And it'll save your buddy's life. See? And as far as grunts go, you understand? You kind of have an obligation to your buddy. That's one right there. The way they come packaged. Anyway, so what am I getting at here? So, Lockie, I'm having a little fun. And this is an exhortation. Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. You need what? A spiritual drive-on rag at all times. Okay? I had this, okay? 441. Look at that. Look at this. Call halal. 144. Okay? Call halal, Yahweh Shabbat. That's the elect. Anyway, so I typed it in. Drive-on rag, Army grunt. In military terminology, drive-on rag is a common nickname for the standard issue triangular muslin bandage cravat found in, there's my wife saying call hello, found in individual first aid kits. While its official purpose is for medical use, such as creating slings and securing splints, it is famously versatile for infantrymen, grunts, who use it for numerous non-medical tasks: sweatbands and head wraps, cleaning cloth, dust protection, insulation. The name drive-on rag stems from the classic military mantra to drive on regardless of hardships. The rag is simple and indispensable. It says the rag is a simple, indispensable tool that helps a soldier maintain themselves and their gear to keep moving forward. Okay? Damn, I wish you could see this. Won't let me get it on that. It won't let me bring it up. What is this? Okay, so that spiritual drive-on rag is to do what? You got to endure today. If you get your arm shot off, what are you going to do? You're going to pull out a drive-on rag and you're going to make a tourniquet. I know it sounds crazy. You understand? You got to get that spiritual drive-on rag, dude. You got to make it. Where? To the end. Okay? Why? Jacob's trouble. That's why. You better wrap your head around Jacob's trouble, motherfucker. These two things. But he that shall endure until the end of what? Jacob's trouble. And the days are being real short. Hey, think about how do you get yourself? Well, days are shorter. And I got this spiritual drive-on rag right here, which says nothing is going to stop me from fucking getting to the end zone. You understand? It's time to start thinking like that. Matthew 24 and 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You know what the fuck you're eating right now? They got to shorten the days of that bullshit you're eating. All right? You better get that spiritual drive-on rag out. Why? Because your ass is going to be so goddamn hungry, you're going to be like Sinbad, motherfucker, tie it around your waist and pull it tight. Your stomach is going to be grumbling. Pull that motherfucking drive-on rag around your waist real tight and stop your stomach from grumbling. See? And then drive on. In the spirit. Okay? All right, all of this. Then let them which be in Judea flee unto the mountains. You better, if your mind isn't just picking stuff like this out of nowhere. 16. What is 16? Matthew 24 and 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the. What does that mean? Well, that already happened. Well, you better have your ass ready to get the fuck up out of here when them lights go out. Yeah? What do you think? Huh? Things like that should be just jumping out at you right now in the spirit. When Gabriel's horn blows, you better be ready to go. Okay? What does it mean, AI Atlas? It means the mothership connection. What do these things mean? Are your measurements correct out here in the spirit? Where am I going? Forty. Second Ezra 16 and 40. Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to your battle, and in those evils. What evils? What bad? Jacob's trouble evils, nigga. Make you ready to your battle and be ready to hit the road, Jack, because of Jacob's trouble. You don't understand? You better hear my word. What word? This word. The word of warning, nigga. Open up your ears and clean out your eyes. Ezekiel 17, Ezekiel 3 and 17, Son of man, I've made thee a watchman into the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth. And give them warning. Here's your warning, nigga. What's the warning? Jacob's trouble. Verbatim. By name. Jeremiah 30. Alas, alas, your big fat ass. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, which is gay, by the way. But he shall be saved out of it. Who's gay? Not he. He is the elect. But Jacob's trouble is for the gays. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, nigga. You were right. Jacob's trouble is gay. It's for your gay fat ass. But he, right, is measuring thou the time diligently in and of itself. All right. So, what am I getting at? Okay. When Gabriel's horn blows, you better be ready to go. What the hell is that? When Gabriel's horn blows, you better be ready to go. When Gabriel who's Gabriel? Or the archangel. When Gabriel, G-A-B, or Gabriel, horn, Gabriel's horn blows. What? You better be where will this take us? To go. Lyrics. Where is this going to take us? Where's this going to take us? To the mothership. Swing down, sweet chariot, stop. Where's this going to take us? Where are we going? Why is that in there? Watch out now. Watch it, y'all. Come on, girl. Put your snoot to use to you, mother. That's syndrome twiddly-dee-dum. That's on a whole different. That's Sir Nose. 3 blind mice. Look, they cut all of that out. Let's see, yeah. Swing down, sweet chariot. Doo-doo. Star Child here. Citizens of the universe. Well, it's supposed to say, well, all right. Star Child here. Citizens of the universe. Recording angels. Where's that at? That's out of there. This is terrible. That's terrible. Anyway, mothership connect. What does Parliament swing down? Did you take it all out? Salaki, I'm sorry. Let me make sure it's all here. Well, all right. Star Child says recording angels. Okay. When Gabriel's horn blows, when you hear seats rumble, when the ground starts shaking with them earthquakes, you will hear your conscience grumble. Woohoo! What is that? Judgment Day. When you hear seats rumble, you will hear your conscience grumble. Esau, this is crazy. You have overcome, for I, Star Child, Son of God, am here. Anyway, yeah, we could pick this all the way apart. But anyway, where's when Gabriel's horn blows, you better be ready to go. Where is it? That's how you spell it out. The party on the mothership is when we get beamed up. Okay, we'll be celebrating. When Gabriel's horn blows, you better be ready to go. What is that? Free your mind, come and fly with me. It's hip on the mothership grooving. Okay. It's flight low. Time to move on. Time to go. It's time to go. When Gabriel's horn blows, you better be ready to go. What is that talking about? Let's get it. I got a preset. But this. Give me Rev 11. When Gabriel's horn blows, right? You better be ready to go. Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Okay? When you hear seats rumble, you will hear your conscience grumble. This is that judgment. Okay? And here comes World War III. World War III daily update should be easy because today is Tuesday. World War III. What is it? Rumors of war and rumors of war Tuesday. All right. So anyway, with that, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah. It's just a little exhortation. We see what's coming. Salakia. We see it all coming. All right, we know what it all is. We're protected. Lord willing, we'll be fine. So, yeah. Spiritual drive-on rag. All right. Get your spiritual drive-on rag together. All right. Let's see. Lost my dang drive-on rag, nigga. All right. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, get yourselves ready, man. Get ready for the big payback. All right. So, shalom.